How you guys doing today? It's Anthony Gangi, host of Tier Talk, and we have a great question sent our way. Gangi, you think it's good to know the crimes of the inmates you supervise? And that's a great question because as my career progressed, my original answer to that question has changed. And I'm going to tell you why when we come back from our sponsors. Now, don't forget, guys, the show is for you, you brave men and women that work in corrections. So please, guys, subscribe, interact, engage, comment, hit that bell. That bell's going to notify you every time I post up a video. And also share the content. It's good content. Share it. Get the word out there. Tier Talk is a show for you. So let people know a show like this exists. All right, guys, stand by for our sponsors.
I wanted to attend a university that had an intelligence program. I wanted to look at problems different. I wanted to increase my critical thinking abilities. AMU offered those avenues to expand. Obtaining your degree as an adult, you're actually paying yourself and investing in yourself. You can't put a dollar on it, it's priceless. It's something that can never be taken away from you.
American Military University. Learn from the leader.
Being a corrections officer takes its toll on even the strongest individuals. The constant need to perform at the highest level, putting your life at risk in a hostile environment, and the mental scarring of traumatic experiences. 31% of corrections officers show symptoms of PTSD, and 66% of people with PTSD also suffer with a substance abuse problem. The Transformations First Responders program is specially designed to help veterans and officers heal from the grips of addiction and PTSD in a comfortable, supportive, and serene setting. You are not alone. If you have questions about the services we offer, give us a call at 866-762-8454 to get more information on this affordable and life-changing program.
Thank you, guys, for listening to my sponsors. You know, at the very beginning of my career, I was very curious about what inmates did. I mean, I would find myself going home and Googling each inmate I had an interaction with. And I took a senior officer who had many years in to tell me, Gange, don't do that, because you're looking up their crimes for the wrong reasons. The way you're looking up their crimes, you're going to wind up being biased, not being objective, and you're going to be unprofessional. And this officer was 100% correct. But look at the advice he gave me. He didn't say for me not to know it. He said at this time, it's not good for me to know it. And I agree with him. I was curious, but I wasn't curious for the right reasons. You know, eventually, as my career progressed, I would find out inmates' crimes, but it wasn't because I was intentionally looking for it. It would be because an inmate would come up to me and tell me, hey, Gange, the cellmate that you bunked me with, I need him out because this inmate did this. Or I would have an inmate come up to me that looked for protection and said, hey, Gange, I did this and I need your help. Sometimes I'll be watching the news and there'd be a case about someone who did something foolish, and eventually that person would make their way into my facility. So I couldn't run from the knowledge of knowing what inmates have done. I'm going to find it out regardless. But it's all about how I handled that information. Being professional with that knowledge. And that knowledge has made me a better officer, because that knowledge now helps me become more effective at doing what I need to do, which is ultimately running a safe and secured unit. So for those who think that you shouldn't know what they've done because that's going to affect how you make decisions, you're in the wrong business. Because you're going to find out what these inmates have done, especially those who work specifically with sex offenders. What advice would you give them? It's not about us not knowing what they've done and trying our best to be professional. What makes this job difficult is knowing what they've done and remaining professional. So again, I'm not saying to chase after it, like at the beginning of my career when I was curious and I was chasing after every inmate's crime that I had an interaction with, because I was gaining knowledge for the wrong reasons. It's about getting the knowledge needed so you can be effective at your job. This is just a quick dialogue, very opinionated. Would love your thoughts. See if you agree with me. I'm sure there are many times where in your career you've came across an inmate's crime unintentionally, and you were professional in making whatever decisions you had to make sure that that inmate was protected inside that facility, because that's what we do, regardless of what brought them in. So as always, the show is Tier Talk. Please, guys, if you haven't subscribed, interact, engage, comment, share, hit that bell. That bell's going to notify you every time I post a video. All right, guys, stay safe, and happy Memorial Day.